Number 10. Sharing testimony as evidence. This argument shares some parallels with number 9 on the list. First and foremost, that is, it's bad. The other thing that it shares with the previous argument is that as a methodology, it is intrinsically flawed. It can evidence other religious belief systems. I personally know a Buddhist monk, a Muslim, and a Christian who have had powerful conversion experiences that they cite for changing their lives for the better. And while one of them might argue that there are many paths to God's house, and they are being shown the appropriate one for them, they could all easily, and justifiably given the methodology that they are using, make the same argument. Whether on social media debate groups, in response to the videos we share, or callers talking to us in person, sharing testimony as evidence for your religious experience is seen as a strong way to convince someone that your religion is true. And it's not. I'm sorry to say that it's not only not compelling, but also boring. It really is so terribly, terribly boring. The most memorable instance of this came on a call-in show I was hosting where the argument from, wait for it, gas tank was made. I was driving home one night, said the caller. I was lost and my gas light came on. I prayed that I would find a gas station, and even though the light showed that I had no gas in the tank, 30 miles later, I found a gas station. I didn't make that argument up. The caller clearly wasn't aware of reserve gas tanks, or that they generally hold at least 30 miles worth of fuel. He genuinely seemed to believe that when the reserve light came on, that was it. He was totally out of gas, and only by the will of God did his empty car make it. While this seems ridiculous, I dare say even to many theists, this is really only a simplified form of what most testimonials, I was in a low place, said my friend, and I asked Allah to give me a sign. I was listening to a mixtape, and I said, if I should convert to Islam, put X song on. The song didn't come on, so I asked again. Again, it didn't come on, so I asked a third time. This was enough to convince my friend to convert to Islam, and though I love him dearly, it's like a game of count the logical fallacies listening to his and most testimonial stories. My friend, through his own efforts I might add, did make a better life for himself, but he attributed it to Allah. And he also considered his conversion experience both evidence that God was listening and God teaching him patience. I could go on and on and on, but I hope by now a picture is forming. I also hope that picture is screaming, testimonials are not good forms of evidence. I will often tell people sharing them with me that it is the least likely thing that they can do to convince me that God exists. Empirical evidence, yes. Logical proof, yes. But boy did I feel good because this happened to me, so I gave God the credit. That's not going to wash, I'm afraid.